Hannah here and welcome to today's mini Zentangle session. Today is week 5, day 1, and the materials we're going to need are a black micron fine liner pen or a black biro, a black pencil, if you've got one, a blending tool, if not an earbud is fine, and a white square of card. This one measures 5 centimetres by 5 centimetres, but you can have any size that you want. If you would like to pause the video, go and get your materials ready, get your drink, settle down comfortably, then we'll begin. So normally we start with the pencil and we draw a border around the outside, but those of you that feel confident, I'm going to start off in pen today, and I'm drawing 2 sort of train track lines going like that, and then on the other side I'm going to mirror that and I'm going to draw 2 more. Just to give you a rough idea of what size it is, I would say the gap's about 2 centimetres. And overall, including the outside of both lines, it's just under 1 inch. Now for this part you might want to start off in pencil. It's entirely up to you. I'll show you in pencil first, and the idea is to draw a zigzag line. So you'll notice we've got 1 full space in that triangle shape at the top and 2 half spaces that go off the page, and then we've got 2 full triangular shapes in the bottom half. I'm happy with that, so I'm going to go over it in my pen. Oh, I missed the top bit there. Now this tangle is a little bit more intricate. The steps are very, very simple, but the order that you do the steps in are quite important. So if you would like to pick whether you want to do the bottom row first or the top row first, it might be a little bit easier to explain. So I'm going to choose the 2 full sections in the bottom row. And you'll notice I'm just turning my tile slightly. And I'm drawing another line inside the first triangle. I'm then turning it slightly and I'm drawing a second line going in the opposite direction, but you'll notice that I'm stopping when I meet that first line. I'm then going back to the first side and drawing another line, and then repeating it and drawing a line that way. And each time I turn my tile, and you'll notice that I'm not going over that line until I get down to there, and you'll notice I can't fit any more in. So you can see how this looks now. So I'll show you on the other side. So the first line mirrors the first side of the triangle, and then the second one mirrors this side of the triangle and then stops when we meet the first line. And then as you get comfortable, you can pick up a little bit of speed. So I filled in both of those spaces and I can't fit any more in the bottom row. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn my tile upside down. So this side is a little bit more complicated only because you don't have those 2 full triangles. So you're going to have to use some imagination and in your mind picture where that side of the triangle would be and where that side of the triangle would be. For ease, I'm just going to start and do the one that's in the center first. When you're more comfortable, you can do all of the lines going in that direction in one step and then turn them round and start the other side. So in my mind, in fact, I'm probably going to, okay, so that pencil line is the same angle as that line. In fact, I'm probably going to draw it in because I didn't appreciate that I could fit that line in when I first drew them. So I can't do any more that way, but I can probably fit one in there. Now I don't want to leave this little gap here, so I'm just going to mirror that way. Okay, now with this one, there isn't anywhere that I can draw that line, so I've got to use my imagination. So let's imagine the first row's done and drawn that way. The second one would be there. Then the third one would be that way. And it's only about now that we would start to see a line on this side. So going by the contour of that first triangular line that was drawn, it's going to look something like that. And this is a tangle that if you wanted to start off by drawing it on a larger piece of paper until you feel more comfortable, then feel free to do so. So to help you, what I've done here is I've drawn in red the first step. So I've drawn the zigzag line, and then that's the first one that's going for the bottom row and there, and then when you turn it upside down again, that's the first one on the bottom row. If you have any questions with this one, please let me know and I'd be very happy to try and find a way to explain it a little bit easier. And the shading on this is very, very simple. I'm just shading on the inside of both sides of the train, sets of two train lines. And then using my tortillon or blending stump or earbud, I'm just teasing that graphite out. So there you go. It's very simple, but I have to say it's very effective. I'll show you a few examples. So this is the one that I've drawn today, but you'll notice that the two sets of two train lines are exactly the same distance apart, but you'll notice that the gradient on the triangle is different from in the first zigzag on this one, which is why they both look different. Here's one where I've done 3 rows, and this looks a little bit like an optical illusion when you look at it, because it looks like those 3 are joined, but this is one of the beauties of the Zentangle method. Once you start tangling, you'll notice things that you didn't realise before. Here is one that I've done in a circular fashion, and whilst I was drawing that one, I noticed that when I got to that stage, I quite like the look of it without finishing off those corner edges. So you'll see that I've done 1, 2, 3 rows on each side of the inside of the triangle, and then I've stopped. And when it comes to shading, I've left that bit blank. If I wanted to, I could actually go back in and I could tangle in those gaps, but I quite like the way that it looks like that. So I hope you've enjoyed today's session. If you have any questions or you'd like to send me your art, please feel free, and please join me for tomorrow. Bye for now.